Yo, 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 yo! Welcome back to King's Choice Gaming. Yeah, boy. You know where we are. Destiny 2 campaign. Just got through a little bit of the homecoming section for the campaign. And I just want to show everybody what the campaign is like because it is something special. Truly, truly special. The amount of work that they put into this campaign is retarded. Let alone everything else. Like, this game is complete. The game is complete. Like, they've thought of everything. And they made sure not to give too much so that they can come back and do Destiny 3. Because at the ending of this campaign, after we saw those ships, we know what happens. There is going to be a Destiny 3. They're not going to save those ships for another DLC. That is the third game right there, where we face the physical darkness.
Guardian, something's wrong.
Besides, we all knew that we had to face the darkness. They told everybody that they never gave the darkness a physical body because they didn't want to give too much of the lore away. Basically, they always knew what the darkness was going to be.
Undisciplined.
They just have to progress the story so they can get to the point where they can finally talk about the darkness. It's the same thing with the Exo Stranger. Because there was a theory going around that she was actually facing the physical darkness and was losing like team members fast and shit like that. Oh, there goes our ghost. And yeah, so that's why she's not in Destiny 2 right now. Of course it's going to be Destiny 3, and if they do have it for sure, we're going to see the Exo Stranger again. So I am going to be super excited about that. And also they had little like Easter eggs about Osiris for the next DLC that's coming up, about the Vex and time travel, where we have to save Osiris, and then the Mercury planet is going to be like a social space. There's going to be a social space there. That's going to be sick too, and I can't wait for that either. And the DLC after that with Rasputin, because we all know what the Rasputin logo and symbol looks like. You know, it's the diamond shape. Like, is that some weird diamond shape type shit? And we know what's gonna happen for that. Like, we're probably gonna be like exploring on Io with their Warmind, and then still come back to Earth and deal with our Warmind ourselves. Now, my question is that if they're gonna let us go back to the Cosmodrome, Cosmodrome, and deal with Rasputin there again, because it would be fun to go back and revisit that area after the Cabal attacked and shit, of course. So I'd expect to see some things that are messed up there. Like, see those triangles right there? That's the darkness. The darkness vessels, his ships, whatever he is physically. They haven't given, it's the fifth race in Destiny. They just don't know what to give it yet. So like, they don't necessarily have designs on it, but the concept for the darkness is there. Everything is there. So it's just a matter of time. Give it like another 3-4 years and we'll see Destiny 3, because we know there's gonna be Destiny 3, because after that whole thing with the Traveler's Light spreading all across the universe and even going outside of the Milky Way, you know, like, it passed by Saturn, it passed by the Dreadnought, it passed by a whole lot of places. So I wouldn't be surprised if Oryx comes back to life again, because he feeds off the light. And since the light went past Saturn and the Dreadnought, I would not be surprised at all if we see Oryx again, the Taken King. There is a replacement for it, and her name is Savathun, one of the two. Either way, she's gonna be the new Taken King, or Queen, I should say. So it's gonna be pretty cool to see what happens with the Hive. That's probably gonna be in the second DLC with Rasputin, because the Hive likes to deal with the Warmind and get knowledge of the Warmind to continue their like efforts to like screw us over and shit. So I wouldn't be surprised at all. There's a lot of concepts and shit that they can go off of with Destiny 2, and I really, really like that. Oop, don't fall, Nick. See, like this part right here, where we're in the city 2 weeks after the attack, and they're still attacking the city. This is story development right here. We see a crashed ship. Of course, there's gonna be a dead guardian and all that. And we lost our light. We don't have the power to resurrect anymore. So when we die for good. And I really do like this concept because it gives the story life. A lot of people have been saying in Destiny 1 that it's just a shooter with such a bland story, but they don't know nothing about the lore cards, the grimoire cards. We have to collect the ghosts in Destiny 1. They don't know anything about that. Which is why people, especially COD players that have like short attention spans and all that, they always like to talk about Destiny and how the game is shitty and how it's useless and all that. It's not. This game is more than just a shooter. It's a shooter with an amazing story. Compared to COD, the story there is nothing. The Destiny story is amazing. The lore cards, if you actually go through and read it, it is incredible. The Book of Sorrows alone will hold you for a minute because it's something else. It's something nobody would expect at all. A good story. It just sucks that they had it hidden away in the game with the grimoire card.
Traveler. Everything. The Red Legion is killing powerless
A
guardians.
lot of people don't understand that Destiny
Get out of here.
is something special. It is the new Halo. We all know Halo had a deep story, and it was an amazing shooter.
I'm picking up an emergency broadcast. Rendezvous coordinates. They're evacuating the planet. We're on our own.
Destiny 2, Bungie, they really sat down and thought about this game. They had their whole team developing this game. And there's a lot of go through for Destiny because Destiny has a lot of shit to deal with. Is that the Falcon? Yeah. We'll be meeting Hawthorne soon. Anyway, they really went through this game and gave it 100% crazy overhaul. They thought of everything. What people liked, what people didn't like. They put some serious thought into this game, and I really do appreciate the thought that they put into it, creating Destiny 2.
These guardians, they had no chance without their powers. That could be us. Guardian, if you die, I can't resurrect you. We need to be very careful.
You guys hear that? The Red Legions flipped the switch. They took our light. They're killing us. It's giving the story depth. And I really do enjoy it 100% of the way. Like standing here seeing about, what was that? 6? Wait, hold on, let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think about 7. 7 or 9. Could be 10. It looks like 10. I don't know. So between 7 and 10. That's over a fire team for a raid. when you raid, you need 6 people. And there's about 10 guardians here with no light, and they all died. No chance. See, what sucks is that this game should be rated M, so it can show the blood and the violence. That's the one thing Destiny's missing. Because they wanted the game for kids as well, they skipped out on all the blood and violence. And I think that's a mistake. Because when you think about it and you read the lore cards from Destiny 1, they had some dark stories. These stories were ridiculous. How, like, you know, Guardians being infected by a hive or the Vex, or how the Fallen used to like cut up Guardians, like kill them and shit. They were like, every faction is ruthless. You just don't see the ruthlessness when you're playing the game physically, but when you're reading about the stories, that's where the serious shit comes out. You guys remember that Twilight Gap? You know where we are right now.
It's
Just
that
like that
fountain
Crucible map,
again.
Twilight Gap.
Is it following us? Or are we following it?
It's amazing. Walking around with no power, no way of double jumping, no golden gun, no tether, no blade dancing, you know, like, you're powerless. It's kind of like when Power Rangers lose their power and then they have to fight strictly with their martial arts skills. I grew up on that. I know about that. That whole story about the Power Rangers and all that. I know about all that. I grew up watching that, so I know. So when you think about it and when you see it played out in the game, you know that you are going to enjoy it, because when the odds are against you but you can still fight, that's something special right there. It's like you're super determined, you know, like you have that determination. I remember reading a review about Destiny. How one of the I forgot who it was from. I don't know if it was IGN or somebody else, but I remember they said how terrified they were about crossing this log, because you know in Destiny 1 you jump straight over this, you double jump over this like it's nothing. Walking across that is no joke now. Like, you could fall and you could die. You can not only die from just, like, you know, just doing regular things, you can just die from, like, misjumping, you know. For example, there. Could have died there. Like, you can fall, break your ankle, and, like, screw up your spine and die. Like,
Oh,
there's
look.
so many ways of dying.
Somebody left a perfectly good guardian lying around. Things must be worse than I thought. And that's our cue. Time to go, people!
But wait, where are you all going?
As far away from here as possible.
That falcon, it belongs to you?
The name's Hawthorne, and this is Lewis. Best pilot we got. What about you? Fit to fly? Probably gonna need one of these, too. Time to
Shotgun.
make yourself useful, Guardian. All right, people, spin them up! Got a long flight ahead of us!
If Bungie is gonna go down the same path as Halo, my theory is that Hawthorne's gonna die in Destiny 3. Her Falcon's gonna get, well, since Bungie's kind of like rated teen now for their shit, the Falcon's gonna be alive. If it was Halo, the Falcon would have been dead. So the Falcon would be alive and Hawthorne would be dead. And the Falcon would just be like a little memento, you know,
Take your place at the center of my empire,
remembering Hawthorne basically.
and the Red Legion will be your true guardians.
Dominus, the city is secure. Those who fled are being hunted, and those foolish enough to remain have been executed. Victory, as with all things, is yours to claim.
This victory is as much yours as mine, old friend.
Guys like Bane,
All that remains is the completion of
like
the
one of the
cage
grunts from Halo,
around
just like
this
supersized.
great machine. Then we may begin the extraction of its power and put it to its rightful use.
They call it the Traveler.
I would contend that other civilizations may be more precise in their name. Its functions can be controlled and exploited, as we have so clearly proven.
Yet they believe it to be a god.
Dominus. Gaul. We have spent our lives, you and I, working to reshape our society, reforge our people, rebuild an empire nearly destroyed by Callus's greed and corruption. There is nothing in this universe greater than you. The Red Legion will have that machine's power. You will be called Emperor. What more would the Dominers have?
I would have words with my guest. So, you're the one who speaks for the Traveler.
And when I first saw the trailer and that they actually they successfully kidnapped the speaker, I was actually in shock. I didn't think they'd give Destiny 2 such a in-depth story. Now, it's not the greatest story. There are tons of games out there with a fantastic story. No. The only reason why I highly stress the fact that this game has a story is because in Destiny 1, when you first played it from the beginning,
On the European dead zone.
when you first
Gonna be our
played
new
Destiny and
home
you
for a
ran
while.
through the story and you got to level 20 and you were done,
Do you recognize it? That's where
finished.
we're supposed to go.
you thought
That
there was
thing?
no story.
They call it
because
the
you
shard
just
of the
killed
traveler. I
the
call
darkness
it
apparently.
Not a place you want to go poking around.
But now when you went through like when they did all the DLCs and everything, and when you think about it and you go back to that first and final mission in Destiny 1, you look at it and you're like, that is not the darkness. That is a taken blight. That black heart in the black garden, it looks just like a taken blight. And the Vex are basically praying to that taken blight. And when you think about it, when you think about the story and go back to the Book of Sorrows, then you understand that Vex and Oryx and the Taken are all related. They're all, they all basically know each other. Like they're at a picnic and everybody knows each other. Because that whole thing, I think it was Savathun or one of the other sisters.
I'm glad to see you safe.
What's it called? Or with Crota. Yes, it was with Crota. They all. Oh, that's dope.
Do you want me to write something down?
Dope as hell. Like a hijab, bro. Dreamer's cloak. Straight up a hijab. But anyway, one of them tricked Chrono into releasing the Vex into Throne Room, or no, Throne World, which is basically the place where you can kill, you know, Hive Masters, basically. I call them Hive Masters. Because, like, you know, they're the highest level of Hive, you know, they're bosses.
For me, at least. Of course, I've been living outside the city half my life.
You know, that's where you go and kill
So,
Oryx.
Anyway, heard you
In
want
the
to go
King's
poke
Fall
around
raid
busted
in
up
Destiny
from
1,
travel.
you go to Oryx's throne room and you kill Oryx.
Oh well.
Then he floats down
Lewis and I
to
know plenty about trusting you.
Saturn, basically.
So I'm not about to stop you. I got enough to deal with here. Take that ship you flew here. At least it'll get you back faster. See all these refugees? I haven't lost one yet. Don't you be my first.
Yes, ma'am.
Bye.
Yeah, like, that's where you go to, like, you kill the Hive. Or the Taken King, I should say. Every commander, or like whatever you call them, I forgot what you call them, but every one of them, they had a purpose. You know? Oh, where am I going with this? Basically, you go to the throne room, the throne world, and you kill Oryx. That's the whole premise. But the fact that the Book of Sorrows, which is a story about the Hive and the Taken, can include the Vex, mysterious mechanical race, which isn't even really mechanical when you think about it. It just the plot thickens. Like, when you think things make sense, and you think you understand things, you just have more questions.
You sure you want to do this?
Like women.
That shard is the reason this place is called a dead zone.
When you think you figured it out, when you think you figured them out,
It's a sign.
they just
Yeah,
do some
sign of
bullshit,
this
and then
dead
you have more questions to ask, like, bitch, why you crazy? You know what I mean? Like, it's something. Like, it really sucks that they couldn't bring the Grimoire cards into the Destiny 1 story. There's a lot of stories in Destiny 1 that I felt that they could have been remade in Destiny. No, like, extra DLC.
Charming enough. I mean, nothing
Side
crazy
missions,
comes in
side
like a
stories, you know?
dark-haunted forest.
They could have done something, but they didn't bother.
Aren't supposed to leave
So they
the
kept
city.
all those stories and just continued
thing
them in
about
Destiny
city
2.
rules. They stop applying once you
Now
leave
the whole
the
thing
city.
with the stranger, no.
Nobody goes farther than that.
The whole thing with
At
the
least nobody
darkness,
wants
no.
to come back.
They didn't continue those. But they did something special with this game. There's a lot of things you have to do in this game, and nobody realizes yet because they're all hidden. There's a lot of hidden things in this game that nobody knows about yet. It's only been like, what, 2-3 weeks that the games came out since? So it's gonna take some time for like the professionals to figure out what to do,
Let me know when
basically.
you reach.
Hawthorne, can you hear us? Signal's dead. Did you hear something? The fall. Those fallen weren't wearing any house colors we've seen before.
The theory about the Fallen in this game is that they are secretly our allies. If you remember that the Fallen houses, they all disbanded. I think it was because of Skolas, or Varix, or the Queen. I don't remember. or even the prince. I think it was the prince that helped disband all the fallen houses, so they're all merged into one house right now. Because that story continues with what does it continue with again? It continues on Titan with the Fallen, because the Fallen and the Hive are, they're fighting for control over the Titan, basically.
The shard of the Traveler. This is it. Right out of our vision.
Now, my theory about the Traveler is that it has something to do with the Vex. It's kind of silly, but like, when you think about it, all these mechanical beings, including Siva, I think Siva, like, when it comes to Siva, like, it's just a machine. It's, nanomites. So when you hear that Siva's on Nessus, you have to wonder and think about, like, would Siva infect the Vex as well? Something to think about. Like, a lot of people never really thought of these things, but it is, I believe it is possible, because Siva's an infection. It's a mechanical infection that can kill humans and turn them into something else. Even the same thing with the Vex. Like, the Vex is a machine. Siva's an infected machine. So why not merge the two together? Have a cross, like a biracial, like, race, Like, when I'm playing this game, there's a lot of things I think about, because, I watched the lore videos by Melvin Games, or like, Grizzly Beard Games, and what's his name? Grizzly? Something Grizzly? Or even the King of Lore, My Name is Mike. You have to subscribe to those guys, by the way, if you want to learn more about the Destiny lore. Like, when I watch those guys, and I hear that they talk about, Destiny lore, about the Fallen, the Hive, the Vex, the Cabal, I mean, just sit there and think, like, what else is Destiny hiding? Because one thing I've learned from Bungie and how, when they made Halo, that they hide a lot of things. Even when they hid, Destiny and ODST. You just have to sit there and think, like, what else is there? What else can be hidden behind those walls, like, what other things could they be thinking about? There's a lot.
I think we scared them away. Take me to the shard.
Oh, here we go.
This is why we were led here. I haven't been as close to the Traveler's Light since... Do you feel it? Hold on to your helmet. Do you feel it? The light is back. We're back. Eyes up, Guardian.
Yes, sir. It looks like we're 30 minutes into the stream. I'm going to be streaming for 1 hour for tonight. Well, just to get the people going. I unlocked Arc Strider. It's going to be a historic moment in Destiny history, for me at least. First time I crack Arc Strider in the Destiny game. And I'm excited. And I've felt satisfied. Again. Let's end this. That's how you do things in Destiny. The infinite dodge, I have to say, is some friggin' lightsaber type shit, and I really do like it. Like Darth Maul, but your lightsaber's blue. Glowing with electricity. I hear a lot of people talking about, you know, they don't like the Destiny 2 game. You know, how do I do this? How do I do that? No, why can't I do this? Why can't I do that? You know, I have one simple answer to all that shit. And I do say it's shit.
Look at you. You got your life back.
You guys are
I
truly
don't know how you
idiots.
did it, but
Plain and simple. You guys are... What the hell's going on with the Falcon?
there are a lot more survivors out there.
And humping the
that
girls
need our
are.
help. We gotta get the word out that the farm is a safe haven. I sent a friend into the EDZ.
I'm not even gonna talk until that damn thing... Okay, stop moving.
His name's Devin.
You guys are idiots.
Good guy.
The game
Great
is not
shot.
paved out
Tell him
for
I
you.
said that.
All
If you
those
give him a
people
hand,
that say
I
those
take it
things
as personal.
just got onto Destiny. They haven't played Destiny 1. They haven't went through the hardships and the struggles with Destiny 1. They don't know about that, which means they don't know about the story, which means they don't know what to do.
Guess you're in charge now.
I truly say it's unfortunate for you guys, because you really should have sticked around with all of it. If you stuck around with everything from beginning to the end, you would understand everything. And when it comes to games and when people understand them, it's worth it.
Only you can win. The crucible of Lord Shaxx will prepare you. In my arena, should a Titan stand in your way, crush him. If a hunter confronts you, break her blade. If a warlock speaks, feed him his words. There is only one path to victory, Guardian. See you on the battlefield.
Destiny is not an easy game to play, especially when it comes to raids. 6-player co-op, where you and your team have to figure out everything that needs to be done to complete a raid. The raids are not simple things. They're not easy tasks. They're difficult. That's why when I tell people, when you play Destiny, you have to play with others. You can't play this game by yourself. If you want the full experience of Destiny 2, you have to find other friends to play with. See, now I made it work for me because, you know, when Destiny came around, I really didn't know. I didn't know that you had to find other people to play with to make it more fun. I didn't know about LFG. I didn't know about the Facebook community. I didn't know about the Destiny app. I didn't know other ways to find other people, and I didn't have the best experience in Destiny 1. But
EDZ is rough.
that was only in year 1. In year 1, I was still having fun with Destiny. Because Destiny is something special. Even though I didn't find people to play with, some people did find me, and I did experience those raid difficulties. Like, the game wasn't easy. When I found out about the raid and there was something else to do, I was excited. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. Like, it was incredible. Like, I didn't know what to think of this game after that. That you need the help of other people to beat one level. Oh man. When I first played, I'm like, there's something more to this game, you know, like, I didn't know what to think. Alright, let's go to Devon. Did I find anything? Yep. They're both the same. I'm really a hand cannon or pulse rifle type of person. Don't mind if I do.
A guest? But here I have no tea to serve. These are dire times indeed. Devram K, the 8th, at your service. City militia, back when there was a city. Now I serve at the pleasure of my dear friend Soraya Hawthorne. First on the docket, contact other refugees and tell them of the farm. That means building a comm network from the ground up. And even though I happen to be a damn good shot, the Fallen are giving me a devil of a time. I dare say you could handle a few rounds with the enemy. I've seen what Guardians can do. Right. I think it's time to let the guns do the talking now. Don't you?
You know, outfit our ghost. Make him look new again.
Looking for something? Good luck.
Yes, I am, Deborah. And I found it.
Let's get started. There's a banner on the main floor. Give it a look, will you?
This is a House of Judgment sigil. We used to work with a Fallen who flew this banner.
Curious. Well, the Fallen seem to have put this up as a bit of a threat. I imagine you'll find lots of objects like this out there. Bit of a story to them. You both need some supplies to get going out here. See if you find a cache in one of the buildings nearby.
You guys notice when I just scanned that item, when I investigated that little fallen banner, that's basically the replacement.
Very well done. To survive, we'll have to look for every opportunity. Keep your eyes peeled for more supplies in the wilds. Speaking of the wilds, there's a symbol on the wall of the church. Take a look.
That is the replacement for looking for ghosts. Instead of looking for ghosts, you look for physical things in the world to investigate and learn a little bit more about stories in Destiny 2. It's one of the great things about this game that you want the story, you go out and get it. That is what Destiny's about. You want something, you go and get it. I like that. Why do I like it?
Let's go check it out.
Well, this goes back to a movie that is still my favorite movie of all time. That is The Pursuit of Happiness. That scene where what was the guy's name? Chris Gardner and his son were on top of the building with the basketball court, and he was talking to his son saying, if you want something in life, you go and get it. Same thing applies here. You want to have fun in this game, you go and have fun in this game. The fun doesn't come to you, you go and find the fun. Some people don't like that because they play too much COD, but that's unfortunate for them. Because when you play Destiny, this game is not something simple you can play. You can't just load up and just the fun comes to you. This isn't the Crucible playlist. You gotta go out and find a raid team. You gotta find some friends to go play with and have fun with. That's what this is about. It's about finding your adventure. Coming up to about 15 minutes left in the stream. Just want to do a little review, you know? My thoughts on things.
I just snagged a key code from that captain. I think I can open his supply cache.
Good work down there, you two. Keep an eye out for other hidey holes and treasures like this one.
When it comes to Destiny,
Another day. In the meantime, what's
you heard what I said about Destiny.
Come on back up
You
to
want to
the
have
church
fun?
tower.
You have to go out and find your fun. Which is what leads to my next topic about gamers. They're lazy. Gamers are lazy as hell. Which is why we have games like PUBG, Overwatch, COD. Games that are made for lazy gamers. Like, it's not good. Like, we need more games like Destiny. And Anthem is coming out, so I'm excited for that too. But we need more games where you have to, like, you want your rewards, you go out and earn your rewards.
Welcome back. This time
That's what we need more of, because games like that, it's just more rewarding to play.
Right, the beacon.
Playing with a
While you were
purpose.
tussling with the Fallen, we've encountered a bit of a setback.
Games like
Hawthorne has
Rocket
placed the
League,
vast
they don't
relay
really
on the
have
mountain
a
above the Silver
legitimate
Rays,
purpose.
but even from that height, the signal
Get
still
a
doesn't
skin
have the
for your
range we
car, get a
expected.
color for your car.
It's a bit curious.
Those are empty
Regardless,
rewards.
The signal booster should solve our problem if we can get it to. Dead zone indeed. Ready if you are.
Anyway, as I was saying, with lazy gamers and empty rewards, it's not fulfilling, which is why these games do die down, and developers scramble to make new and better games. Some of them do put in the hard work to make games better, you know, give multiplayer an overall or something like that, but it's not enough. Gamers, we feed on this new content, and if the new content is not
Still sitting up
rewarding,
here above
then
lines with his busted comm
we
relay.
end up saying we hate
Where's
the
that
game,
signal booster?
which is why there's some people out there that don't like Destiny. They don't like Destiny because they can't find the rewards, or they don't want to do all these things to get good rewards.
Bail me out on one assault
Which
charge,
is actually
never
kind
let
of
me live
sad
down.
because they're missing out on the great opportunities of playing Destiny. Playing the raid, for example.
Yeah.
When I first played the raid, it was challenging because, you know, I was the first couple of people that went out and did the raid. You know, I had a day off from work, and, you know, I had an opportunity to find a couple of people to raid with, and we did not know anything about the raid. The raid was difficult at the time, which I liked. It was great. Sitting there and, like, communicating with your team and figuring out what to do for the raid, it was so rewarding. It gave the game more purpose. It gave it more depth. It gave it a reason to play more. That's what I like with my games. A reason to play this game, not, you know, get a high KD and then that's it. And then you get like a loot crate and be like, oh, I got lucky and got some good shit from a loot crate. No. That is not rewarding. That is far from rewarding. It's just pointless.
We'll have to find another
It's
way
just
up
a
to
waste of
Hawthorne.
time. Like when you talk to like Destiny veterans, me for example, and you ask them, yo, how long did you play Destiny for? You know, like did you play all the time? You played sometimes? Veterans, we straight up tell you we played over 1,000 hours with no fear and no remorse in our hearts. Why? Although the game was flawed, we still loved the game. The game was good. It gave us a reason to play. Every DLC, it gave us a new challenge. It gave us more story, more weapons, you know, more things to do. A lot of people out there that don't like to grind for their rewards, and I find it unfortunate because going back to when I played like computer games and all of that, games like RuneScape back in 2007 or even MapleStory, it was good times. You know, it was good times to play. Going out into the world of, whatever game and finding new things to do, new things to get, new things to learn. Excuse me, I burped. New things to learn about. It was rewarding. Gave the game purpose, which is why I played those games for a really long time. And even still took the time and revisited those games to see what they changed. It was fun to play. That's why I love those stories. You know, back when I played MapleStory and they first introduced the Kaiser. The Kaiser Dragon Knight. That was something incredible because it started a story that had potential. Because for the story of the Kaiser, it wasn't just the Kaiser. Potentially, the Kaiser could have had its own separate classes. Not only warrior, but, hunter. Archer, or... brawler, or pirate. Or even like a magician, it gave him potential. That's why I like the game. I like the story of the Kaiser, which I played a lot. It gave it potential. This is like the same thing why I play Destiny. It has a potential being a great game. I believe I covered the reasons why I like playing Destiny. I think I covered most important points. Because this game, I truly believe it's worth it. It's just unfortunate that there's a lot of people that don't want to put in the time to play Destiny. I understand why. You guys are lazy. No ifs, ands, and buts about it. They don't want to put in the time. Because someone that would want to put in the time would be playing. That's what the Destiny community is about. Sacrificing time to, get rewards. That's what Destiny is. You gotta put in the work to show off your grind. I like this game. I like it a lot. It's something I've been playing for a long ass time.
Found an elevator.
You're good. Almost as good as Lewis.
I'm pretty sure I'm addicted to this game already. I'm already starting my third character. I'm live streaming it.
It's not working.
just to show friends and even other people that would like to get into Destiny what this game is about. And this game is about... What is this game about? What is it about? It is about... It's like work. It's what the gaming community should be striving for. Us gamers, we like to put in a lot of hours into our games because we believe those games are worth playing. That's what Destiny's about. A game that's worth playing. Well, it's not what it's about, it's more like what it is. What it's about is, you know, getting to know people, meeting new friends, learn about the game lore. Discover something new. Become legend. That's what the game's about. And I do think that at the end of this game you became legend. And I think that legendary status will be taken away by the time Destiny 3 comes out. So I want to see where this game goes. The reason why I play this game is because I want to see where they go with the story. I want to see where they go with all these factions and races. Who's going to team up? You know, who's going to take you down? And, you know, all these possibilities. What other new characters are you gonna meet? Well, I play this game, there's so many possibilities. Those are like buggers. Tanks are like buggers from Halo. Kinda cool. Kinda messed up, but it all worked out at the end.
Killing the servitor brought the power back on.
When playing Destiny 2, I've seen a lot of
Finally get my
similarities
booster one of these days.
in this game. Tons of similarities. Halo 2, Halo 1, and Halo 3. I killed it. Looks like we're almost at the top. And here we are.
Hawthorne, we're out of the mine and heading your way.
Then hurry up with that booster. Let's finish hooking up the comm network. And, thanks for the help. You're not so bad. For a fancy pants guardian.
Now that's the nicest thing I've ever heard Soraya say. You're in rarefied air, my friend.
Another thing about Destiny 2 is that these cutscenes are so rewarding. In Destiny 1, we never had this many cutscenes like this. And it's something special.
You made it. Looks
Although
like
our
Lewis
Guardian
has
doesn't
been
talk, but
All
it's
right.
worth it.
Let's see if this works.
Giving a Guardian speaking lines could mess up the Destiny story.
There's an incoming beacon.
Guardians, the city is lost. If there is any light left in the system, we rally on Titan. Be brave. Guardians.
Zavala's alive. If we leave now, we can...
You are not going to Titan. We've got refugees coming in. The Red Legion on one side, the Fallen on the other.
But we have our powers back. And if we're going to retake the city...
Your city is gone.
But we could rebuild.
Hawthorne, we will be back. And we won't be alone.
You'll know where to find me.
Yes, ma'am. Oh, another little cutscene before we end this live stream. Back to the speaker.
It would save us both a lot of time if you would just kill me.
For one who calls himself Speaker, you have remarkably little to say. We've learned that one of your Guardians has reconnected to the light. You say you have no power over the Traveler, yet... This... Help me understand, Speaker.
The light lives in all places, in all things. You can block it, even try to trap it, but the light will find its way. And the Traveler will protect itself.
The Traveler. For years I have studied it. The worlds it has touched. Its power over life and death. We are not so different, your Traveler and I.
You are nothing like the Traveler. Nothing. You think you have power, control. I know your kind. You started small. You will end small.
If the Traveler truly has chosen humanity of its own free will, then there is no reason I should not reach inside, tear out the light for myself, and leave this system in ashes.
Only those the Traveler chooses will be reborn in the light.
Yes. This I know. This is why I have claimed your planet, and why you still live. The Traveler will choose me, Speaker. And you are going to tell me how.
The Traveler chose the weakest life form because it can be the strongest foe. Or its strongest protector. The Traveler might be a god that bestows you powers because... I mean, not because, but that's it. That's all the Traveler could probably do. Fighting the darkness sounds more like it was just running from something that can extinguish its light. That's what I believe the Traveler is. The Traveler is just an extension of power. It can use its power to extinguish flame, but when it's weak, it bestows its powers onto other people. Anyway, that's it for the first hour and 5 minutes of Destiny 2 campaign. That is all I have for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you do, like, comment, share, and please subscribe to my channel. I will be doing more of these. I'll be going through a whole Destiny 2 campaign just to show other people what it is like to play Destiny 2. What can you expect from playing Destiny 2? What is in store for Destiny 2? What else could Destiny 2 do that it will make it better? Anyway, that's it. All I can say is, you know where you are, you know why you're here, you know why you're watching, and I'm out. Peace.